Welcome to Fight Numerology. Today we are breaking down UFC Fight Night, Garry vs. Carlos Prates, at Kansas City on 26th of April. First fight of the main card is a middleweight showdown between two rising stars. Ikram Aliskerov from Dagestan takes on Brazil's André Muniz in a clash of grappling mastery and knockout power. First up, Ikram Aliskerov. Born on December 7, 1992, and fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, Ikram Aliskerov stands 6 feet 0 inches with a 76-inch reach, a well-rounded powerhouse with a combat sambo pedigree and crisp, explosive striking. His strengths are sambo grappling, strong background in combat sambo with excellent takedowns and top control. Explosive striking, carries real knockout power with clean and technical hands. Fight IQ, shows patience, reads opponents well, and picks smart moments to engage. And weaknesses are low output, can be overly patient, allowing opponents to outwork him in close rounds. Octagon experience, limited UFC cage time compared to top-tier veterans. Unproven cardio, yet to be fully tested in deep waters at a high pace. Numerology edge. Ikram's 7 driver gives him a strategic advantage in terms of patience, focus, and adaptability. His 4 conductor supports his disciplined, methodical approach, allowing him to control the pace of the fight and neutralize Muniz's more chaotic energy. Ikram's Quad 2 will keep him grounded and composed, helping him resist the emotional swings Muniz may try to provoke. Path to victory. Ikram's 7 energy gives him a cerebral edge. He needs to be patient, control the distance with his striking, and mix in his grappling when necessary. His strategic approach will neutralize Muniz's aggression and submissions. And let's move to his opponent, André Muniz. Born on February 17, 1990, and fighting out of Brazil, André Muniz stands 6 feet 1 inch with a 78-inch reach, a high-level grappler with dangerous submissions, and a killer instinct on the mat. His strengths are submission threat, elite BJJ with arm bars and back takes that end fights quickly. Grappling control, excellent top pressure and smooth transitions once grounded. Long frame, uses his length effectively for leverage and trapping limbs. And weaknesses are striking defense, vulnerable on the feet, especially to clean counters. Gas tank, cardio tends to fade in longer, grind-heavy fights. One-dimensional, relies heavily on grappling, can struggle when forced to strike. Numerology edge. Muniz's 8 driver makes him hungry for dominance and control, pushing him to go for the finish early. However, his 2 conductor makes him emotionally reactive, which could lead to mistakes if Ikram can frustrate him. Muniz's Quad 3 gives him high energy and adaptability, which is great for an aggressive start, but it can lead to burnout if the fight drags on too long. Path to victory. Muniz needs to exploit his grappling early. His 8 energy demands an aggressive start. He should pressure Ikram with takedowns, constantly attacking submissions, and aiming for an early finish before his cardio fades. Final prediction, numerology meets technique. Ikram Aliskerov's 7 energy brings a cerebral, methodical approach to the fight, while Muniz's 8-driven ambition will push him to take risks early. However, Ikram's more disciplined nature and ability to manage the distance should keep Muniz from getting too comfortable. I'm going to pick Ikram Aliskerov over André Muniz. Let's start with a welterweight fight between Randy Brown versus Nicolas Dalby. Randy Brown, born on July 8, 1990, and representing Jamaica by way of the USA, Randy "Rude Boy" Brown stands 6 feet 3 inches with an impressive 78-inch reach, a lanky technician with sniper-level precision and slick jiu-jitsu to match. His strength. Brown is a master of range management. His long jab, teep kicks, and switch stances allow him to control distance with ease. When he's in rhythm, he fights like a conductor with perfect timing, relaxed, dangerous, and elusive. His grappling is underrated. Brown flows well in scrambles and can catch opponents off guard with submissions or reversals. Weaknesses. Can start slow or be too reactive early. Fighters who close the distance quickly can disrupt his rhythm. Best path to victory. Establish his jab and range control early. Use footwork and timing to nullify Dalby's pressure. Stay sharp in rounds 2 and 3, where his finishing energy peaks. Numerology analysis. Driver number, 8 power, control, ambition. Conductor number, 7 intuition, strategy, spiritual depth. Personal year, 6 month, 1 day, 9. Key insight. Randy enters the octagon on a personal day 9, a number of emotional climax and closure, the perfect energy for a fighter looking to seal the deal. His driver number 8 gives him natural dominance, and the conductor 7 makes him mentally sharp and intuitive. The universal day number is 3, a flowy, expressive energy, and while he lacks 3 in his low shoe grid, his emotional intensity and strategic depth make up for it. This is a day where finishing instincts and mental focus are key, and Randy has both. Now let's move on to his opponent, Nicolas Dalby. Born on November 16, 1984, and fighting out of Denmark, Nicolas Danish Dynamite, Dalby, stands 5 feet 11 inches with a 74-inch reach, a gritty, forward-charging brawler with an engine that doesn't quit and a chin carved from Viking stone. Dalby is built for war. His strengths are: he thrives in pressure-heavy situations, walking opponents down with non-stop volume and clinch warfare. He's great at turning fights into grind fests, clinching, dirty boxing, and scoring with sheer work rate. His durability is elite, and he's mentally tough in 3-round battles. His weaknesses: often leaves himself open defensively during exchanges. Can struggle against longer, ringier opponents who stay disciplined. Best path to victory: crowd brown early and turn this into a dogfight. Numerology analysis: driver number 7, thoughtful, calculated. Conductor number 4, practical, structured, disciplined. Personal year: 9 month, 4 day, 3. Key insight: Dalby's on a personal day 3, which matches the universal day 3. This suggests cosmic alignment on the surface. But with 3 missing in his low shoe grid, the ability to fully channel that creative, expressive energy might not come naturally. He's mentally structured and thrives under discipline, conductor 4, but that may not mesh with the day's fluid, chaotic rhythm. Potential clash: the day wants improvisation. Dalby brings grit and structure. Energy trend: strong early, but may lose edge as the pace shifts and rhythm changes. I'll go with Randy Brown in this one. Next one on the card is Michel Pereira versus Abus Magomedov. First up, Michel Demolidor Pereira. Born on October 6, 1993, and fighting out of Brazil, Michel Demolidor Pereira stands 6 feet 1 inch with a 73-inch reach, a flashy, unpredictable striker known for wild acrobatics, explosive energy, and relentless aggression. With a UFC record of 31-12-0, 2NC, he blends showmanship with growing tactical maturity. His strengths are: creative, unpredictable striking, excellent athleticism and movement, improved cardio and patience in recent fights. And weaknesses are: can burn out early with excessive output, leaves openings when flashy, vulnerable to strong wrestlers or composed counterfighters. Numerology edge: Michel's numbers show contrast, 7-year plus 2-month call for calm control, while the 1 day brings a surge of go-now energy. If he times his explosiveness and stays mentally composed, he can overwhelm Abus early or confuse him over time with rhythm changes. His path to victory: fast start, mix up creativity, then manage energy with control in later rounds. And now, let's talk about his opponent Abus Magomedov. Born on September 2, 1990, and fighting out of Germany, Abus Magomedov stands 6 feet 2 inches with a 78-inch reach, a composed, precise striker with sharp fundamentals and an underrated ground game. Holding a record of 27-6-1, Abus brings a calm, efficient, and dangerous presence to the cage. His strengths are: sharp jab and straight counters, strong takedown defense, high fight IQ with solid pacing. And his weaknesses are: low activity and output at times, may struggle with unorthodox chaos, inconsistent over long, high-pressure rounds. Numerology edge plus path to victory: Abus is a line for patience and pacing. A 2-year plus 6-month gives him stability, while the 3-day fuels natural rhythm and striking confidence. If he stays composed, lets Pereira make the first mistake, and counterstrikes effectively, he can dominate the later rounds or score a tactical finish. Final prediction: numerology meets technique. Michel 6 comes in hot with a 1 day, but his 7-year suggests emotional reactivity and a need for deeper focus. Abus 2, on the other hand, is moving in rhythm. His 2-year plus 6-month plus 3-day combo supports a steady, mentally composed fighter. I'm going to pick Michel Pereira over Abus Magomedov. Next one is Featherweight Showdown Giga Chikadze versus David Onama. Featherweight fireworks incoming as seasoned striker Giga Chikadze collides with Uganda's rising power puncher David Onama. With both men known for finishes and flair, this matchup could be a highlight of the night. First up, Giga Chikadze. Born on August 25, 1988, and fighting out of Tbilisi, Georgia, Giga Chikadze is a slick 6-foot featherweight with a 74-inch reach, a former world champion kickboxer who blends elite striking precision, brutal body kicks, and seasoned poise inside the octagon. His strengths are world-class kickboxing pedigree, long-range weapons with surgical accuracy, fight IQ and gas tank for 3 hard rounds. And weaknesses are susceptible to relentless pressure, can be slow to start and adjust under chaos. Chikadze enters a strong 6-year, pushing him to step up with control and discipline. His 1-month and 9-day combination indicates a prime moment to showcase his full potential. This is a time to finish what he starts expect him to come sharp, technical, and composed. Numerology edge and path to victory. With his 9-day and 1-month energy aligning for peak expression and fresh control, Giga's path is simple. Maintain distance, pick Onama apart with his kicks, and avoid early chaos. If he controls the pace and range, the numbers favor him dominating the later rounds or pulling away on the scorecards. Now let's move to his opponent David Onama. Born on June 7, 1994 and fighting out of Uganda, David Onama stands 5 feet 11 inches with a 74-inch reach, a fearless knockout artist with raw power, fast-twitch explosiveness, and a willingness to go to war from the opening bell. His strengths are explosive knockout power, aggressive pressure and killer instinct, finisher's mentality and fast starts. And weaknesses are tends to fade after round 1, defensive lapses and wild swings under pressure. Onama's 4-year encourages structure and grind, but he's naturally more chaotic. This can create inner conflict. His 8-month fuels ambition and aggression, but on a 7-day, he'll need focus over frenzy. If he gets wild, he could burn out fast. Numerology edge and path to victory. Onama's path is front-loaded. If he can use the 8 months power energy early and overwhelm Giga before he finds rhythm, he has a real chance. But if it turns into a chess match, the disciplined 4-year cycle might slow him down and expose his cardio. Final prediction: numerology meets technique. Both men share a driver number 7, making this a battle of technical timing and mental sharpness. But Chikadze's 9-day gives him a peak energy window, while Onama's 4-year could restrict free-flowing aggression. Onama's power gives him round 1 danger, but if Giga stays calm and tactical, the numbers and skill lean his way. I pick Giga Chikadze over David Onama. Now let's move to the co-main event of the evening. Anthony Smith versus Zhang Mingyang. First up, Anthony Lionheart Smith. Born on July 26, 1988, and fighting out of Nebraska, USA, Anthony Lionheart Smith stands 6 feet 4 inches tall with a 76-inch reach. A veteran striker and grappler with vicious elbows and a wealth of octagon experience, Smith brings a gritty, battle-tested style into every fight. His UFC record stands at 38-21-0, marked by resilience, durability, and a willingness to go to war. His strengths are high fight IQ with 25-plus UFC bouts, dangerous in the clinch and on the ground, mentally tough with big fight experience. And weaknesses are slower footwork, can be hittable early in fights, inconsistent performance in recent years. Numerology edge. Smith's 8-5 combo creates a powerful, forceful persona, great for leadership but prone to inner tension. The 6-year invites emotional intelligence, and the 1-month supports starting strong. If he controls distance and commands respect early, he can outlast Zhang in the grind. Path to victory, experience, pacing, and wearing Zhang down in the later rounds. And let's move to his opponent, Zhang Mingyang. Born on August 16, 1998, and fighting out of China, Zhang Mountain Tiger Mingyang stands 6 feet 3 inches with a 78-inch reach. An explosive knockout artist, he blends raw athleticism with powerful forward movement and striking aggression. His record is 18-6-0, and he's riding a wave of momentum as an emerging light heavyweight threat. Strengths: youthful aggression and finishing ability. Excellent power in his hands. Long reach and fast reflexes. Weaknesses: unproven against elite-level opponents. Can be overly aggressive and exposed on ground. Lacks composure in deep waters. Numerology edge plus path to victory. Zhang's 7-6 combo brings inner conflict between calculation and impulse. In a 8-year and 3-month, explosive but vulnerable to burnout. His personal day 2 adds fire, making him dangerous early. If he storms out and keeps pressure, he can score a KO. But the longer the fight goes, the more the numbers fade from his favor. Final prediction. Smith, 8, enters with structure and karmic presence. His 1-month, 9-day combo adds just enough fire to capitalize on mistakes. Zhang, 7, comes in hot with 2-day power, making him dangerous early. If he storms out and keeps pressure, he can score a KO. Analyzing both, I'm going to pick Zhang Mingyang over Anthony Smith. Main event, Machado, Garry, and Carlos Prates. Set for April 26, 2025, this fight promises to bring power and thrilling action to the octagon. Let's dive into their profiles, strengths, weaknesses, numerology, and see who has the edge in this clash of rising stars. Machado, Garry. Born on November 17, 1997, and fighting out of Ireland, the future Machado Garry stands 6 feet 3 inches with a 74-inch reach, a rising star in the welterweight division, known for his technical striking, adaptability, and unbeaten UFC record of 11-0-0. His strengths are technical striking. Garry has exceptional striking precision with an ability to control range and land clean shots. Adaptability. He thrives in adjusting his tactics mid-fight, making him difficult to predict and even harder to beat. Mental toughness. Undefeated and disciplined, Garry has shown that he can weather any storm and come back stronger. And weaknesses are cautious style. Sometimes Garry's cautious nature in the early rounds might allow more aggressive fighters to steal rounds. Knockout power. While his striking is clean, Garry isn't known for overwhelming knockout power, which could be a challenge against a powerful striker like Prates. Numerology and analysis. Machado, Garry. Driver number 8, power, authority, and leadership. Garry is naturally driven to dominate situations. Conductor number 9, wisdom and transformation, suggesting that Garry can evolve during the fight and adapt as needed. 2025 cycle. Machado, Garry. Universal year, 9 endings, transformation. Fight day, universal day 3, creativity, performance. Personal year, 1, 8 and 1, enemy, new beginnings, independence. Personal month, 5, 8 and 5 are neutral, adaptability, quick changes. Personal day, 4 to 8 and 4 are friends, discipline, focus. Carlos Prates. Born on August 17, 1993, and fighting out of Brazil, Carlos Cavallo, Prates stands 6 feet 1 inch with a 76-inch reach, an aggressive and powerful striker with knockout potential in every punch, and a UFC record of 12-3-0. His strengths are knockout power. Prates is known for his explosive power, especially with his hands. His knockout ability is dangerous in the early rounds. Durability. He can take heavy shots and keep coming forward with relentless aggression. Aggression. Prates brings consistent pressure, which can overwhelm opponents who aren't prepared to handle his aggressive style. And weaknesses are predictability. Prates' aggressive style can sometimes become predictable, allowing opponents to counter effectively. Defensive vulnerabilities. He can leave openings for clean counters, especially when opponents manage to control the distance. Emotional reactivity. Prates can become emotionally reactive when things aren't going his way, potentially affecting his performance in the fight. Numerology and analysis. Carlos Prates. Driver number 8, power-driven and competitive, Prates thrives when pushing forward and asserting his dominance. Conductor number 2, duality and emotional depth, suggesting a sensitivity to his surroundings and his fight environment. 2025 cycle. Carlos Prates. Universal year, 9, endings and transformation. Fight day, universal day 3, creativity and flow. Personal year, 7, 7 and 8 are friends. Reflection and introspection. Personal month, 3, 3 and 8 are friends. Expressive, emotional but less stable. Personal day, 2, 2 and 8 are enemies. Emotional and sensitive. Prates' numerology points to a reflective and supportive year, and his personal day may 2nd indicate a sensitive emotional state going into this fight. He might take over late in the fight. To succeed, Prates needs to land early and control the fight. Staying grounded through breath work or corner coaching might help offset his reactive tendencies. If he can impose pressure early and score a quick knockout, his driver 8 can still carry him to a win. The numerology further supports Carlos Prates' focused energy, with his personal year 7 disciplined offering a significant edge, enhanced by his moment. That's the breakdown. Don't miss April 26th. That's my numerology and technical analysis. Please like, subscribe, and comment your picks below. Thanks for watching.